a first-year student at University of Toronto. He is working on a double major in physics and economics with a minor in computer science. He's quite multi-talented. He has been teaching and playing chess since he was 11 for the most part. He learned, I guess, when you were 11. Is that right, Sam?
Yes, I originally learned when I was 11, and I've been teaching past like 4 or 5 years, I want to say.
Yes, okay. He is I want to say your candidate master. He's on deck to become a grandmaster. He's rated 23, 22 in the Canadian Chess Federation.
22 Canadian and around 2,200 for the States.
22, rated, that's right, the 22, okay. This is a US and Canada chess master, Canadian National Master by rating. He was a chess club officer in school and a top physics competitor in high school, as well as a violinist in the New Jersey Youth Symphony, which is a premier ensemble. I'm not sure if you're familiar with New Jersey. It's quite incredible to get accepted into that and play there. And in university, where Sam has only been a short while, he's already an executive at Toronto's Chess Club and the floor president of his dorm. So first, Sam, tell us about your interest in chess. How did it start? What was it like for you in middle school and high school with your interest in chess?
A little bit about chess before I moved to the States, but I really started getting into it once I came to New Jersey. I moved here in 5th grade, and like 5th through 8th grade, I spent, I want to say, like half my time at home just watching chess videos, playing the game, doing puzzles. You could call it an obsession. It's something I loved. I spent a lot of time doing it, for sure. And this whole chess club that I started sort of stemmed from how much I loved the game. I decided...
About that, yeah, the New Providence Chess Club. That's the name, for those of you that don't know, of a town in New Jersey. But it's not really a New Providence Chess Club only. It's the entire Union County that draws people. So tell us how that idea came to you. How did that start?
Of course. It started actually with just me teaching chess. I had a lot of friends that wanted to learn, and when I got my name out there a little bit because of my competitions and my rating, there were people in the community that were interested in taking lessons. So I started teaching privately, and over the summer of 9th grade in high school, I decided, right, I have a lot of students, I might as well start a chess camp. So all 4 years in high school, actually, over the summer, I held a chess camp in my basement with a lot of local students. And past that first year, actually, my basement got so big, I didn't have enough space for everyone that wanted to come. So the natural progression was myself and my friend who taught with me. Her name is Emily Chan. We decided, let's start an initiative, go to the local library, maybe take their lecture room, take their lecture hall, and we'll be able to teach to a lot bigger of an audience. So we did that. We got in contact with the library and started holding programs.
How did that work, that you were able to, as students, contact the library and make that happen?
It's actually pretty straightforward. We went up there, we gave them our idea. We said, since we're using your space, it's going to be for free. It's for the community. We like doing this. It would be a joy for everyone involved. And they were completely okay with it. They loved it.
How did you spread the word that people knew about it?
So there are lots of ways to sort of network, but for me specifically, there's a lot of Facebook groups. My mom and I, we made posts on the town Facebook group, Chinese community, libraries page, and they did their own sort of, they spread the word also themselves through their website. We made an Instagram, made posts there, and just all the general social media, put up some posters around town, and it's a free program, so we got a lot of attention. It didn't just end with the library. We figured that I've got time, you've got time, and there are a lot of people out there, not just in New Providence, that want to learn chess. So we just went around to a bunch of local organizations, cafes, It started with a froyo place in town. I was friends with the owner, so I asked her, all right, Friday nights, let's do a chess event every single week. And that's how that started. There's also a cafe in Summit, another town in New Jersey nearby that I would frequent. Talk to the owner again. One of my friends, whose mother was friends with the owner, really helped that process get along. Um, and also, we have plans in the works with a senior center also in our town to hold events there. Um, Later on, we actually, as you might have seen before, turned the organization into a nonprofit, which helped immensely with creating new events and forming those relations with organizations.
Now, the 501c3 you're talking about.
Yes, the 501c3.
So for a number of years, you operated without that official designation. And then
Yes.
I believe, was it an elementary school wanted to hire you? So
That's right.
what did that mean? Can you explain about that? Because that's something people don't always realize. As a nonprofit, you're volunteers, but you also sometimes have some revenue because there's costs. And
Of course.
Explain how that worked.
So in our first years, the idea, we flirted with a little bit about becoming a nonprofit and signing on, but there wasn't any real reason for us to do it. It is a lot of paperwork. It's you have to put an effort to do it, and the gain you might not see immediately. But 2 years into it, in my end of sophomore, start of junior year, the local elementary school, the organizer of the PTA brought their kids to our chess club. We talked, and she thought it would be a great idea to start an organization, like cross-organization event in the elementary school itself, where we would go after school hours and teach chess. But the issue was the school needed us to be a legitimate organization first. So that's where the idea sort of blossomed into actually happening. We did the paperwork, and that fall, we were able to begin teaching at the school. Finally bring home some revenue for the chess club. We taught a group of 25 elementary school students. We had a group of 3 going there every single week. And not only did it help with setting all of that up, it sort of added some legitimacy to the club and made it easier to contact places like the YMCA, the senior center in town, and generally just adds a lot of, it adds some value to the organization name.
And so for those of you who are thinking of starting a 501c3, it does require a board of directors to be age 18 or older. So just to say, Sam is on the board and the president right now, but when we started it, Sam was, I think, under 18. But I think that it's kind of a beautiful legacy, because now the board, while it started being people that were not the original founders, it's now all the original founders of your fellow students, isn't it? Because they're all the ones that are.
Yeah. Everyone is 18 now, thankfully.
Yeah. And it's still existing. You want to tell us about your legacy?
Sure. I'm not in New Providence anymore. I'm up in Toronto, quite far away, but the club is still going on as strong as ever. In fact, it's Dvora's son, actually, Max, who is leading the club now. Myself and the other past members who have all moved away are still board members and helping from afar, but the club is going strong, still having its weekly events. And from what I hear from Max, there's a lot more planned. It's a lot in the works, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. The school's having you guys come back. They're doing lessons every week, and
Lessons
it's
again.
also happening in 3 other places. So yes. Are there any, I know this is a tough question to answer, but lessons, mistakes, advice that you would give students who are thinking of following their passion in this way?
I don't think I have any regrets about the path I took, but I do know, at least from hearing from a lot of friends and hearing their stories, that there is a very common mistake, I think, when it comes to starting an organization or an initiative like this. And what it is trying to be someone you're not.
Are there any, I know this is a tough question to answer, but lessons, mistakes, advice that you would give students who are thinking of following their passion in this way?
I don't think I have any regrets about the path I took, but I do know, at least from hearing from a lot of friends and hearing their stories, that there's a very common mistake, I think, when it comes to starting an organization or an initiative like this. And what it is trying to be someone you're not. A lot of like sort of college prep organizations or a lot of counselors will tell you there's XYZ and you need all three of them. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to start an organization, build into something big. And I think that's the wrong motivator. All of these are fantastic things, don't get me wrong. To be part of a nonprofit is something I'm very grateful for. I'm helping a lot of people. It's good work, it's work I love. But the core of that is because I love playing chess, I love teaching chess, and it's something I've been doing for a long time. So the lesson I have to share is that when you want to make something happen, it has to come from inside of you and not from someone else. The most brilliant, successful students out there that get into great colleges aren't people that fit into a mold. They aren't people that tried turning their high school life into the perfect college student, college applicant. They're people that found something they loved, found something they're skilled at, or maybe somewhere in between, and out of passion and genuine interest, turned it into something fantastic. When you don't have that passion in you, it's a lot harder to actually make something happen. You don't have the right motivations. You don't have an actual interest in what you're doing. So I urge everyone listening not to do something they don't truly want to do, because down the line, it's going to become something that's very unfulfilling and not turn out well.
Thank you. That is great advice because it's work and it's to use an economics term that you've probably learned, it's an opportunity cost, right? Any time you spend doing one thing is time you're not doing something else. So to do something that you think you should do as opposed to something you want to do could be really a regret later.